Yeah, I'm back.
Sorry for the interruption, y'all. I didn't get to complete everything. But I did want to put that first one out, though, at the least. I wanted to do that. Yeah, I'm back. Haloe369 back again. Yeah. Don't hesitate to put a like on the last video if you enjoyed it, or give me a comment if you have disagreements, or however you feel. Just give me your insight. I'm gonna give you mine anyway. But I must continue. Dang, I don't even know where I left off at. Oh, yeah. I know. I was still in the 40s. I think I was in 49. Oh, my fault, y'all. Oh, okay, yeah. All right. I'm on 49, y'all. I'm on 49. Whew. Let me take in this good ruach. Now I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to bless Yahuwah. Bless Yahuwah. Barak Yahuwah. Yada Yahuwah. And then I'm going to bless y'all. That you understand what I'm reading. 49. For wisdom is poured out like water, and glory felleth not before him forevermore. For he is mighty in all the secrets of righteousness. And unrighteousness shall disappear as a shadow, and have no continence, because the elect one standeth before the Elohim of Ruach, and his glory is forever and ever, and his might unto all generations. I believe I left off right there, actually. And in him dwells the spirit of, oh no, I read that. Nope, I read that. I was on 50, actually. But I'm gonna read through it again, though. And in him dwells the Ruach of wisdom, and the Ruach which gives insight, and the Ruach of understanding, and of might. And they're all separate Ruach, okay? And the Ruach of those who have fallen asleep in righteousness. And the name shall be able, no, and none shall be able to utter a lying word before him, for he is the elect one before the Elohim of Ruach, according to his good pleasure. That's where I left off at. And in those days a change shall take place, for the holy and elect. And the light of day shall abide upon them, and glory and honor shall turn to the holy. On the day of affliction, on which evil shall have been treasured up against the sinners. Y'all hear that? Evil shall have been treasured up against the sinners, and the righteous shall be victorious in the name of Yahuwah. No, the Elohim of spirits, Ruach. And he will cause the others to witness this, and they may repent and forego the works of their hands. They shall have no honor, though the name of the Elohim of Ruach. Yet through his name, shall they be saved. That's Yahusha. You talk about Yahusha on that one. And the Elohim of Ruach will have compassion on them. So they talk about all us that have already sinned out here. So this is the part where the time merges and he's at our time. And he's getting to see all this. For his compassion is great, and he is righteous also in his judgment. And in the presence of his glory, unrighteousness also shall not maintain itself. At his judgment, the unrepentant shall perish before him. And from henceforth I will have no mercy on them, saith the Elohim of all Ruach. And in those days shall the earth also give back which that has been entrusted to it. And Sheol also shall give back that which it has received. Meaning those people that were preserved for judgment are being spit out of Sheol. And so are because the righteous and the unrighteous rest in Sheol. So Sheol is spitting them back out, so now they're back to life. And hell shall give back that which it owes. And those that went to hell and all that stuff, For in those days the elect one shall arise, and he shall choose the righteous and holy from among them. He's going to choose personally who's righteous and who's holy. For the day has drawn nigh that they should be saved, and the elect one shall in those days sit on my throne. That's Yahuwah. And his mouth shall pour forth all the secrets of wisdom and counsel. So he's going to be talking to everyone with wisdom and counsel. For the Elohim of Ruach have given them to him and have glorified him. And in those days shall the mountains leap like rams, and the hills also shall skip like lambs satisfied with milk. And the faces of all the angels in the heavens shall be lighted up with joy, and the earth shall rejoice, and the righteous shall dwell upon it. That's the new earth. And the elect shall walk thereon. And those are the ones that are righteous or elect, walking amongst the new earth. And after those days, in that place where I had seen all the visions of that which is hidden, for I had been carried off in a whirlwind, and they had been borne me towards the west. The winds took them to the west. There my eyes saw all the secret things of heaven that shall be. A mountain of iron, and a mountain of copper, and a mountain of silver, and a mountain of gold, and a mountain of soft metal, and a mountain of lead. And I asked the angel who went with me, saying, what things are these I have seen in secret? What are these things that I have seen in secret? And he said unto me, all these things which thou hast seen shall serve the dominion of his anointed, that they may be potent and mighty on the earth. And that angel of peace answered, saying unto me, wait a little, and there shall be revealed unto thee all the secret things which surround the Elohim of Ruach. And these mountains which thine eyes have seen, the mountain of iron, the mountain of copper, the mountain of silver, the mountain of gold, and the mountain of soft metal, and the mountain of lead, all these things shall be in the presence of the elect one. That's Yahusha. The elect one is Yahusha. All as wax before fire, and like water which streams down above upon those mountains, and they shall become powerless before his feet. And it shall come to pass in those days that none shall be saved, either by gold or by silver, and none be able to escape. And there shall be no iron for war. It means all guns and all material and metals and all that stuff gone. Nor shall one clothe oneself with a breastplate, meaning no armor. Bronze shall be of no service, and tin shall be of no service, shall not be esteemed, and lead shall not be desired. And all these things shall be denied and destroyed from the surface of the earth, when the elect one shall appear before the face of the Elohim of Ruach. There my eyes saw a deep valley with open mouths, and all who dwell on the earth and sea and islands shall bring to him gifts and presents and tokens of homage. But that deep valley shall not become full, and their hands commit lawless deeds, and the sinners devour all whom, this is chapter 53, y'all, devour all whom they lawlessly oppress. So the unrighteous, or those that live lawlessly, yeah, they gonna get theirs. Yet the sinner shall be destroyed before the face of the Elohim of Ruach, and they shall be banished from off the face of his earth, and they shall perish forever and ever. That means they shall not exist. For I saw all the angels of punishment abiding there, and preparing all the instruments of Satan. Preparing all the instruments of Satan. And I asked the angel of peace, who went with me? For whom are they preparing these instruments? And he said unto me, they prepare these for the kings and the mighty of this earth, that they may thereby be destroyed. And after this, basically those instruments of Satan are going to be used to possess the kings and the, which is already happening, it looks like. Because it, evil is enhanced and influenced by Hasatan. And after this, the righteous and elect ones shall cause the house of his congregation to appear. Henceforth, they shall be no more hindered in the name of the Elohim of Ruach. And these mountains shall not stand as the earth before his righteousness, but the hills shall be as fountain of water, and the righteous shall have rest from the oppression of sinners. So we shall have rest from the oppression of those that would sin against righteousness altogether. Shall have rest. And I looked and turned to another part of the earth and saw there a deep valley. This is chapter 54. With burning fire, and they brought the kings and the mighty, and began to cast them into this deep valley. And there my eyes saw how they made these their instruments, iron chains of immeasurable weight. And I asked the angel of peace, who went with me, saying, for whom are these chains being prepared? And he said unto me, these are being prepared for the host of Azazel, so that they may take them and cast them into the abyss of complete condemnation. Complete condemnation. Azazel and the rest of the fallen ones, the fallen angels. That's what the chains are for. And they shall cover their jaws with rough stones, as Yahuwah commanded. And Michael, and Gabriel, and Raphael, and Phamuel shall take hold of them on that great day, and cast them on that day into the burning furnace, that Yahuwah may take vengeance on them for their unrighteousness. Yahuwah is taking vengeance on them in their unrighteousness, and becoming subject to Satan, leading astray those who dwell on the earth. They were controlled by Ha-Satan. Two totally different entities, I keep telling y'all. Ha-Satan is the one that perverted Lucifer. And in those days shall punishment come from Yahuwah, and he will open all the chambers of waters which are above the heavens, and the fountains of which are beneath the earth. Now this is him making preparation for Noah, pretty much, when he was when he flooded the earth. He's making that preparation in this section, in this chapter. And the waters shall be joined with the waters that which is above the heavens is the masculine, and the water which is beneath the earth is the feminine. So they have masculine and feminine principles. It's to be taken literal and also metaphysical if you're paying attention. Metaphysics, quantum physics, and all that stuff, yes, it all plays a part. Trust me. And all these things are alive. They're alive. When he says living waters, it's alive. You can bring water back to life. You can bring dead water back to life through your breath and your energy. I don't think you understand that. Well, I don't think most people understand that. I do. I've learned how to do it as well, so, you know. But that's beside the point. That's Yahuwah wakes you up once you start reading and understanding how to use his Ruach HaKodesh and the fruits of the Spirit, or the fruits of the Ruach. And they shall destroy all who dwell on the earth, and those who dwell under the ends of the heaven. And when they have recognized their unrighteousness, which they have wrought on the earth, then by these shall they perish. I'm gonna stop right there, y'all. I done got all the way up to 55 though. 55. Now I can give y'all a little bit of my commentary on everything that I have read thus far, which is mostly everything that's going on right now. Like, because this is before that. You will get a glimpse of what's happening at this time too, if you read. Because I haven't read through, like, I'm only on chapter 55. It's like 108 chapters. And then on top of it, it's very detailed. It's like broken down, but it's still very detailed about the laws, about the mechanics of the universe, about how Yahuwah created the mechanics of the universe, also about the fruits that he given us, the different Ruach out here. It's all in there. And we're supposed to practice these things. Be in habitual practitioner of giving him praise and worship and glory. Among all things, that is the only thing that's really important. I don't care. Like, he don't care if you can perform miracles. If you can't praise him, he don't care about your miracles. He don't care about none of what you got going on that got to do with worldly behavior. That's why, and even in here, you're gonna get to see, you ain't supposed to be celebrating no holidays. You're not supposed to be celebrating none of this stuff. There's a lot of things that I've ran into and read and understood, and then also applied to, just practical use in my life. And mainly it's all through allowing him to do his job and me staying out of it. It's me allowing Yahuwah to do his job and me staying out of it. My job is to do what he asked me to do. That's it. Nothing more than that. Come from a place of completeness and stillness and worship in the Most High, Yahuwah. And nah, like I said, I ain't no better than y'all. I mean, I still have to, continue to be steadfast and being righteous, or like, just because I do participate in the world. I am just not of the world. My behavior is not of the world. Like, I might have worldly conversations like that pertain to the world, and that's because I have to participate, but I'm very mindful about the type of conversations I have. I'm very mindful about how I interact with people. And also, I'm very mindful about, protecting the Most High. There are things that he have given me that I can't even reveal. So, like, he giving me stuff that I can't even reveal. I have to keep a secret. And sometimes, all I can do is lead y'all or give y'all to the Most High Yahuwah, because he's the one that's going to guide y'all into y'all own personal secrets and dwellings. But there are things that that he have given me that have taken root in me that would glorify his name and glorify him through my behavior. And it's slowly, but it is taking effect. So it's like, the Most High, he's not done with none of us. However, he is done. It is done. But you have to know it is done. Like I said, none of these people are getting away with nothing. Nobody's getting away with anything. If I was still a ratchet ass nigga, excuse my language, but if I was still ratchet out here and just out here doing what I want to do with life and all that stuff, or just trying to live my best life, the Most High the Most High is friend that cast me to the fiery lake along with the rest of the angels. You heard what he said. He got a bed of worms for sinners. He got a bed of worms that they will not be able to get up from. And they will not be able to get out of that bed. Yeah. That's not something I want to deal with, y'all. If I only get a spot on the earth in a garden, and for me to till that for the rest of my days, I'm fine with that. Because I'm not ready to go to the face of the Most High with supreme confidence that that I'm getting into the kingdom. I'm going as humbly as I possibly can. I'm not about to be out here trying to flex. He'll show me real quick. Oh, yeah? Mm-hmm. Yeah, y'all don't want that problem with the Most High. Yeah, I got my commentary on how I see and view the world and all that stuff, and view how people's behaviors are from relationships, like the female and male dynamic relationships and all that stuff. These people are going against their own natures. You got people that want to, they want to do stuff with their own kind, which is an abomination to the Most High, he's not going for that. He's not going for that. So, like, and they might be good people. They might have good intention, but that all that I love who I love and going against your how you were created, because you know in the book of Enoch it says that it is man himself who have perverted himself. So for you people out here that say, oh well, this is the way that God made me, no, he didn't. He didn't make you that way. Well, if I'm a funny guy or a funny person, if you're crass and your behavior's twisted, he didn't make you that way. You made you that way. Because you have free will. You chose to be that way. And most people, you know, they'll try to put it off on the Most High, creating them that way. Well, why would he create me like this? Or why would he create me like that? The Most High didn't do that. You did. Now, whatever upbringing you had, because I done said this before in the video, whatever upbringing you had that made you decide that you wanted to turn to, you know, whatever sinful behavior that you were led into, you know, that's on the parents first. But then after you get so old, it's on you. Like as a child or as children, if you're being raised incorrectly, I can see it. Or if you're not being disciplined correctly, I can see it then. But then after a while, you got to take some type of accountability for, okay, why am I like this? You have to ask yourself questions like that. People, the Most High don't. Excuse my language, y'all. I mean, excuse me. But the Most High did not create you as a particular instrument to not be used in a way of the instrument he created you to be. If you are a woman, you were created as a wife, a helpmate. No, just because you say that you love who you gonna love and all that stuff and rolling your head and your eyes and don't want to hear it, and which is fine. Now, I'm not condemning you one way or another. I still love you, but that doesn't mean I have to tolerate your behavior. And the Most High still loves you. It doesn't mean that he's going to tolerate your behavior. He's going to send you to the fiery lake with everybody else that's sinners or that want to go against his nature or the nature that he created. It ain't, and you can argue with the word. You don't have to argue with me. Just look and read the word. And for those that aren't prepared to read the word, or they want to stay in their, you know, behavior, their sinful behavior, you can stay in your sinful behavior. I don't want to be around you though, because you could lead me into sin. I don't want to deal with nobody that's gonna lead me into sin. I learned my lesson. I done dealt with people that led me into sin. It cost me. Yeah, being led into sin, whether it's innocent, whether it's well intended, if you're being led into sin, no matter, or you're going against his ways to please whoever it is you're dealing with, the Most High is not about to let you slide, especially if you know better. And even if you don't know better, he's still not going to let you slide. If your behavior is in wickedness, or if you decided you wanted to do things that go against his will or the will of how he created you, because you'll get to see later on when I read more of it, you'll get to see what I'm talking about. He done talked about women, perishing their unborn children. He talks about that in there. He talks about those that would be robbers, or those that would be thieves, or those that would just commit all types of heinous crimes. He talks about all that in the book of Enoch, everything. And then he even talks about rappers. Like, if you read the book of Enoch, he talks about rappers. But they not called rappers. And then or musical idols. He talks about them, but they not called what we call them today. That's the funny thing. But when I seen it and read it, I was like, oh, wow. He even knew about, like, he talks about everything. He talks about them selling their souls, giving themselves to Moloch, giving themselves to other gods, not just the gods that they created, but even the fallen angels. Not just the gods that they created with their own hands, but even the fallen angels that consider themselves gods. He talks about it. Mm-hmm. And you get to see it. You get to see it, but then once you wake up, once everything starts looking clear to you, and then you gotta have complete faith that Yahuwah gonna protect you, especially when you start warning people. Because warning, Yahuwah, if you put yourself in a place of, iniquity, he can't really protect you. You can't put yourself in a place of iniquity or sinful behavior. Otherwise, he will not be able to protect your lot. He can only protect your lot if you choose to allow him to govern your path. You have to allow Yahuwah and Yahusha to govern your path. And they can, and they readily interact with you whenever you need them. They do. Whenever you need their Ruach to flood your vessel, you have to ask for that. But you have to see it, feel it, and see it, and dwell on it, and be present. You can't be all over the place. You have to be still in heart and mind, and you have to develop a stable coherence and alignment with the Most High Yahuwah. And that's really it. You have to really just be aligned with the word. Be aligned with how it works. Because, like I said, Yahuwah taught Enoch properly how to observe the stars. He taught him properly. He taught him correctly. Now, the fallen angels, they gave us the willy-nilly, they gave it to us willy-nilly, knowing that we would destroy ourselves. That's what they did. They knew better. They just didn't. I guess they was just bored with serving the Most High. And that's the thing. They got, because it said it in there. They was perverted by Satan. It said that they was perverted by Satan. Hashatan. So yeah, And Satan is the same as the Ruach. Like Ruach HaSatan is the same as the Ruach HaKodesh, only the opposite. Like it still works the same way, and it perverted them. And we, on a regular basis, allow HaSatan to pervert us as well. And it is a choice. It's a choice. You wasn't born the way you think you was born. Just because your mom was perverted by whatever it is you done grew up with doesn't mean you gotta stay like that. And the Most High makes it clear to turn away and to, allow His Spirit to take over yours. His Ruach. I'm gonna keep the Hebrew term breath. His breath and fluid. Breath and fluid. That's what Ruach HaKodesh is. Meaning your abstinence from lust, your abstinence from lascivious behavior, your abstinence from your own way, your abstinence from foolishness. Abstinence is fast from the things that would have you deterred from the Most High Yahuwah, or have you misaligned out here. Align with Yahuwah, Ruach Yahuwah. But anyhow, y'all, I do love y'all. And if you made it this far through the video, I'm proud of you. You got a lot of concentration, I promise you. And I appreciate you. I appreciate your patience with me. You have great patience, and I'm grateful. I am grateful, and I am going to continue to speak on the things that I see and the practical uses of the Ruach HaKodesh as I continue through the book of Enoch. Because yes, there are practical uses of the Ruach HaKodesh in there that many people don't understand, but it's in there. All Ruach is governed by the spirit of remembrance. Ruach HaKodesh is the remembrance of all other Ruach. It's really what it is. And then once you remember how to use it, you can't unsee it. Trust me, you really can't. I didn't. It's still working for me. Even as I speak, it works. Unbeknownst to you, it works, whether you know it or not. Like I said, those invisible laws, they work regardless of how much faith you have or not. It still works. It's still working in your life consistently. Anyhow, I'll talk more about it later on. It's all love. I did just get off work, so I gotta get me some sleep, y'all, so I can get back to it tomorrow. But just understand what I'm saying, y'all, and I want y'all to have a blessed one. Whatever time it is when you see this, whatever day it is when you see this, be present in that day. And if you happen to run into this on a particular day, that day was meant for you to see it. I'm just putting the videos out here at this point because I was shorting them to lead people to the videos, but I'm not gonna keep shorting all my videos. If you want to see the video, the whole video, watch the whole video, not just shorts. Anyhow, because I have, you know, and I'll short some of them, but I ain't gonna keep doing that. There's videos that I shouldn't be shorting, but I done gave out a lot of good shorts for people. But it's all love, y'all. And if you have any discrepancies, put it in the comments. Give me an algorithm, hit that thumbs up, and everything is all love. I appreciate you.